Alright, hello everybody, welcome to Hop's Metal Show. And we're at the Metal Cave. This is Hopper, this is
Randy.
Decided Randy wanted to do a top 10 favorite albums of all time. And 10 was hard to do, but I'm probably going to leave some out. There was albums that had to get cut because I thought of other albums. I don't know. How'd you just pick out 10?
It was rough. Very rough.
Did you have albums and then albums got cut because you decided you wanted to put this one in there instead?
Yeah.
I figured.
It was tough.
Alright, and mine aren't in any certain order. I don't know if Randy's are. I can't even really put 10 as, they're just my top 10 favorites and what be it. Alright, first one I'm going to go, of course, Randy said he wasn't shocked that I had this band in here. But we're going to go with Motley Crue, John Corabi, great album. Everybody knows I love this album. I think this album is killer. I would have loved to hear some more stuff with Corabi. I think Randy thinks Corabi's he's the shit. And man, hands down, way more talented than Vince Neil. And I don't know, Motley 94, Hooligan's Holiday, and I mean even Drift Away. The very last song there, that album, they didn't want to put that on. They didn't want them to put that on the album. And Motley Crue stood up and said, Corabi wants it on there, it's going on there, which I thought was pretty cool. So, you know, Corabi actually had some say in it. But that's my first one.
That's my favorite one. 10 for me. The Three-Headed Dog. The Rods, Wild Dogs. One of the greatest three-piece bands ever walked the earth. And the CD.
That's old thrift shop CD.
Thrift shop. It took me a long time to own this bitch. This is a good one.
In case anybody out there that don't live in this area is watching this, if you find something like that at a thrift shop, that's a hell of a find in our thrift shops.
Import.
Our stuff is pathetic.
$1. This thing goes for like 50. I had it at the record. It's my favorite record. Buy it. I'm still listening to them, and they're still around. They just take forever to make records. But this is 10 for me. Rod's Wild Dogs. You gotta love a cover with a three-headed dog. It's a great album. Just simple, just
I probably need
hard
to
rock
check
in your
out.
face.
I probably need to check out the Rods. I don't really know a whole lot about the
That was
Rods.
David's favorite band. He loved them.
Alright, so actually I had, for the next one, I'm going to Rat Dancing or Cover. West Dove, man, he played this CD all the time. It really became my favorite Rat album. I was going to pick 8191, but I don't even own it. I couldn't believe it. I own it on vinyl, but I don't have it on disc, which I don't guess I need. I have all their stuff. And in case y'all wonder who I'm talking to, I'm talking String. He's actually doing a little, he's our behind the scenes man. He hits the record button, makes sure everything's stable, and make sure we got everything going on we need going on. But are you a Rat fan?
Loved them.
Rat?
Loved it.
It's
Never
good
put
stuff.
a bad record out. Never. You laid $10 down, whatever, how much they charge, you got your money's worth.
Oh, every album, yeah.
Every album.
But I can understand what Hardesty was all about him. I mean, song for song, man, there's not a bad tune.
No, I loved it. And I liked their artwork too.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty simple, but it's still a decent cover. I mean, it's not your Alza Cellar cover, but it's still cool. It's a great album. I like it.
It's good. I love that one. Mine for me, I wore the hell out of this one. Ghost Malariara, or whatever you pronounce it. I have worn this fucking thing out since it came out, and I even blew a tire out and had to get somebody to give me a ride to town to pick it up. This has only been like 2.5 years ago. I have wore this thing out.
Yeah.
This there talks about that first one. That's good. This one
Better.
It's
way
modern
better.
too. Modern music.
Yes, very good.
Way better than the second album.
Yeah, way better than the second record.
Another one I don't know much about.
Shoot
Strings
first
told
one.
me some stuff. I looked them up and I was kind of shocked. It was way different from what I thought it was going to be.
I remember
Not in a bad way.
the girl, Rachel, worked at Hot Topics. She said, you got to hear them. And I went over at that metal store and was still open over in Lou Ray. And the art, I was like, I thought it was your typical black metal mask. Like, okay, I like some of this stuff. I'll put it in. Like, holy shit, he can really sing.
Yeah.
These guys can actually play their instruments. I was hooked instantly when I heard it. Like, That's it.
But they're on to something. I mean, they got the image down pat too.
Yeah.
I mean,
They got a gimmick.
yeah.
A
Definitely
good
have
one.
the gimmick, yeah.
And their stuff's catchy. I mean,
Yeah.
I've heard a couple tunes, and I can understand why they're as big as they are. All right, so we're gonna go next on my list. It was hard to pick one from these guys too. We'll go with Cinderella Night songs. Debut. Everybody knows Gabe Bose was the one that told me about these guys. I've preached that a lot too. And night songs, Shake Me, Nobody's Fool. Yeah, this one's hard to beat too. Hell on Wheels, Back Home Again. It wasn't a bad song on this one, really. I mean, but all their four of their albums. I mean,
All four
I've
of
preached
them,
of them.
they're great.
Yeah, they're great albums.
Great band.
I mean, East Coast band, good stuff. So that was my number 8.
And here's mine. Armored Saints, Symbol of
Oh,
Salvation.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
John Bush at his best. The guy that saved Anthrax, whether you want to save it like it or not. And I love Joey to death, but when Joey was let go, he came in and did not let me down. This is the greatest Armored Saint album ever made. So great, we are on tour right now doing the whole album.
Yeah.
Okay? This is the one right here. Armored Saint, Symbol of Salvation, number 8.
David Rosenberger and Travis Rogers. Man, they used to play that album all the time.
That's right.
They talked that album up. Man, it's a great album. I own it. And,
I love it.
I mean, it's probably one of them. I don't know if it would have made my top 10, but
John
it's pretty
Bush.
high on my list. Yeah,
Bush is
John
the
Bush.
man.
Yeah, he did a great job with Anthrax too. They did some good stuff with him. All right, next one on my list. Another man that's got a lot of good stuff out. This is probably my favorite. No Rest for the Wicked. Zach Wilde's debut album. Man, that man's went on to do a lot of great stuff.
That's right.
But, man, Fire in the Sky, Miracle Man, Breaking. I mean, it's got some good stuff on it, too. I mean, Ozzy, it speaks for itself. 80s Ozzy was the best Ozzy.
That's right.
I mean, I know a lot of people like the sad stuff, but like I said, Facebook earlier, that I like his solo stuff better. So that's going to be that album, No Rest for the Wicked.
That's a good one. All his stuff's
Solid, definitely.
For me, number 7, Megadeth, Rust in Peace. Dave Mustaine's finest hour. I saw him twice. Saw him when this thing came out. They were at the Capitol Center, where it was the USA Arena. Opened up for Judas Priest on the Painkiller tour.
Yeah, I heard you talk that last week.
And Testament was on for Souls of Black tour. This, it doesn't get any better. The art, they used to have a big poster that covered the whole wall. This is their finest hour right here, and their best lineup. Number 8, Megadeth, Rust in Peace.
I was wondering what was going to be the first one to actually hit. Well, look where mine come in, Randy. That's the next one on my list.
You gotta be shit, man.
I think you
That's
said it all.
awesome.
I was wondering how many we'd agree on. A lot of people will say, man, this is a freaking masterpiece. I mean, golly, the lineup's awesome. Dave is at his peak guitar-wise, writing. I mean,
Video-wise, too.
yeah.
Hangar 18's a hell of a video.
I mean, and the changes in Holy Wars, golly, and Hangar 18. I mean, when we've talked about Jay Taylor, and he got me into this album.
That album there, I can remember. I forget what he was driving. He picked me up that
He
day
had
from
that
school.
little Chevette.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, he picked me up. Let's go pick it up. We went and got it that day, and that hot-ass chick, April Rain, was working at the music.
Oh yeah, I remember her.
Oh, yeah, I do, too. But, yeah, I remember that. He went and he picked that up. No Prayer for the Dying came out that day, too. Amazing. 6 for me, Metallica, Master of Puppets. The album that turned me into a speed metal freak. At this time, they were my band. I don't need to say any more about what now.
I don't think you need to.
But I
I
tell
think
you
everybody
what,
knows how you feel.
at this time, there's even a movie should have been named after him. It was a gangster movie, Untouchables. When they had Burton, they opened up for Ozzy this time. More people were chanting for these guys who were just a bunch of young kids than the veteran. this set the standard for me because, like, well, if this is that good, in this style of music, there's got to be more bands, and there were. This was the first. They deserve every bit of glory that they got for this. It's not a bad song. In fact, they ever do a top 10, I'll this with Greg. You'll like this one. What's like the best intro of a song that freaked you out? For me, number one, Battery. Starts all that acoustic. I'm like, that's the shit right
that's
here.
That's right up there with Shout.
Freaking master of puppets right there at 6.
Yeah, it's Master's hard to beat. Yeah, I like Master. Yeah, it's actually in mine too, which I figured it was gonna be. But yeah, it's hard to beat. I mean, Cliff Burton, you know, that was the last album with him, but man, what it is, a great album. And the intro to Battery, yeah, that's like way crazy. Alright, we'll go with the next one. Quiet Riot's Mental Health. That ain't much that you can't say good about this album. I mean, this is where it all started for me. It all started. It wouldn't have been for this album, I wouldn't have found all the great music I found, made all the friends I made, and listen to metal to this day. So, Quiet Riot's Mental Health. Come on, feel the noise. Bang your head.
Love's a bitch.
Yeah, Love's a bitch. The Battle Axe, and what was the Slick Black Cadillac? That was actually off early Quiet Riot stuff.
Randy
with
Rhoads.
Randy Rhoads, yeah.
But was Battle Axe the one that was dedicated to Randy
I
Rhoads?
think so.
I'm thinking it was too. There's some song in here. I'm pretty sure that's the one. But yeah,
Mark
this
Rackey.
is like great stuff.
Love it. That'd have been awesome to see him on that tour. Can you imagine that? Seeing them back then when they came out on that thing.
Oh yeah, they were larger than life then.
But for me, 5. I had to represent it. Ozzy Osbourne, The Ultimate Sin. The Jake Ely masterpiece right here.
Yeah.
You wonder how the guitar's played? You listen to this fucking album right here. This right here was the record, and the thing about it, Ozzy doesn't remember making it. But still, look at the art.
And he don't even talk about it.
He does not
It's
talk about it,
freaking
and of
awesome.
all the things that's re-released, you could tell if you look at the older ones, they all have that CBS thing on the side, which was red lettering. This was never re-released, never. And at that time, if being a kid back then, skinny little 15-year-old punk, you listen to this, and you wore an Ozzy Osbourne shirt, that meant your ass. So I was really happy. So this right here, one of the finest works Ozzy ever done, and it's thanks to Jake E. Lee.
You know, he's talking about
Ultimate Sin.
videos earlier. Shot in Dark was a good video.
Yes.
I think.
So was the Ultimate Sin. They
Ozzy
were making
had that
fun
big
of
cowboy.
Dallas.
Yeah, Ozzy
I
had-
loved it.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Ozzy had that big cowboy hat.
And those socks. But he was pulling off in those socks with those polka dots.
All right, so here's my next one. I don't know if Appetite for Destruction, maybe. Golly, it's probably the best album ever made. Period. I mean, dude, that is almost a perfect album. I mean, when you open up with Welcome to the Jungle and close out with Rocket Queen, and there is no filler in between. Song after song, kick ass, kick ass, kick ass. And, I mean, gutter, sleazy, they had it all. I mean, it's no wonder it's the top selling debut. I read the other day, 30 million copies sold of Appetite for Destruction.
As well it should be.
I mean, I've had a couple copies. I think I went through the tape like 2 or 3 times until I got on disc, and I've had a couple copies on disc because it's just that good. Once you lose it or misplace it or somebody steals it, you got to right away get another copy.
That's right.
It's one that you can't live without in your collection. So, Appetite for Destruction, that's a great one.
4. Black Sabbath, Paranoid. I want the CD in here because it's in the player. What's that tell you? This right here. Iron Man, Paranoid, Planet Carbon, which was another good cover Pantera covered it. Did a damn good job.
Excellent job.
Yeah.
Fairies Wear Boots, Hand of Doom. This right here, the second album by the greatest heavy metal band of all time, Black Sabbath, Paranoid, coming in it.
Didn't
Four.
Pantera? They did "Hole in the Sky" too, didn't they?
Yes.
And
So did
Megadeth-
Overkill. Yes, on the
I
Fuck
did
You and Then Some re-release.
And
Wasn't
Megadeth-
originally on the original.
Megadeth done
Paranoid.
Paranoid.
Yes.
They done a good job on that. Nick.
Love it. I don't understand the cover. I never. That's one thing me and Eddie Trunk had to agree on. I don't get that.
I guess it's like some samurai
Some
guys
samurai
with bad filming or something.
the motorcycle helmet, and look like he's did too much cocaine. So I don't know.
Alright, so here's another one me and Randy got in common. I'm going to go with Master of Puppets. Metallica's masterpiece, I think. There's a lot of argument. Ride the Light, which is better, Ride the Light and Master of Puppets? Man, the songwriting on Master of Puppets is unreal. The song Master of Puppets it's like a roller coaster ride. I mean, it's freaking awesome. Lyric writing, musically, I mean, this album has it all. Even the opening, Battery, closes out with Damage Incorporated. I mean, it's good stuff. So that's my pick for that one.
3, we're back again. Black Sabbath Volume 4.
Are you trying to get on Billy Lambert's good side?
Not really.
That's-
Technology sucks, fat ass. There. No, this I don't know what the hell it is about this damn record, but I just this is Wheels of Confusion changes. By far, before Metal Ballads kicked in, that's got to
That
be
might
the
be-
first.
Yeah, that might be.
This is great, and they covered it when they did Live and Loud, and then they butchered it when Ozzy and Kelly Osbourne did it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Well, we all make mistakes, St. Anger, but this right here, this is excellent. That's like my second favorite album they ever done. I love that record. I like these re-releases too. Check them out. You know what's cool about it? C's not in there, it's in the player. It opens up just like the album. You can get it at Walmart for $5.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Alright. My next one. Kicks, Midnight Dynamite. Alright, we're back with Kicks, Midnight Dynamite. Really good album. Remember being in Hit Parader every month. Had to advertise for this. Never checked out these guys, you really should. They've got a lot of good music, a lot of good tunes, very good live act, bringing every time I've seen them live. And really, I heard about these guys on the radio. Cold Shower, little station out of West Virginia, Kaiser, West Virginia. Good stuff. But yeah, actually, in Bang Bang Balls of Fire, I don't know if you knew, Kip Winger helped write that
Really?
before it was Kip Winger. Or well, he was Kip Winger, but before Winger. But it's got Walking Away. I was mentioning that's a good ballad. I mean, the song Midnight Dynamite. Remember the microphone with the
Right
little
on the cover.
sparkler on the end.
Right on the cover.
Oh yeah, right on the cover. Livestream brought that to my attention. But yeah, it's a good album. I'd say I'd put it had to make my top 10.
It's a great one. Second one. Slayer, Rain in Blood. The greatest thrash album ever done by the greatest thrash band of all time. Not Metallica. None of them. Right here. The band that's getting ready to call it a day. This right here is the greatest thrash thing of all time. Puppets opened the door, but this kicked it right square in the balls. This is my baby right here. I wore that cassette out when cassettes came out. They had those clear ones. There were so many fingerprints on it, the ink was coming off. So when the CD's Revolution came in, this is one of the first ones I picked off. Slayer 2, Rain in Blood.
Yeah, I don't know much about that. I'm more South of Heaven, Seasons of the Abyss, Slayer. But I'm going with my last one. You know what this will be, Randy. Shout at the Devil, Motley Crue. Awesome album. I mean, it's classic. I mean, I don't even know if you can really say there was even a bad song on here. But you was talking about intros. Man, in the beginning,
Oh god.
Yeah.
that was creepy as hell when it come out. I mean, first I heard that, because I was pretty young.
Oh, young lad.
Freaked me out. But man, it's like Shout the Devil, great song. I mean, his stuff's still great to these days. I mean, Too Young to Fall in Love, Red Hot, that drum intro's killer. I mean, Tommy Lee just tears it up in that song. But that'd be the last one for me. Shout the Devil. Like I said, I didn't have these in any certain order, so it's not saying that this might be one of the top. I don't know if it is the top, but mine weren't in any certain order, so it is what it is. But that's my top 10.
So last one. Kiss Destroyer. Look at the art. Look at the songs on it. Detroit Rock City, King of the Nighttime World, God of Thunder, Flaming Youth, On Beth. Remember that one? Untouchable.
I just
At
heard
this
something.
time, untouchable.
Just heard something about that today. That Detroit Rock City was released and Beth was the B-side.
Yes.
And that was the biggest hit that they had.
Yes,
up
and the
there.
record, the radio stations turned it over. They thought it was a throwaway.
Yeah, they just barely made the album.
This right here got him a People's Choice Award. This is the one right here, the original Four Horsemen right here. This is the shit right here. I could only imagine being a kid back then and picking this up this way. And then the follow-up to it, Rock and Roll Over, I don't know if it's just as good, but pretty damn close. This is my baby right there. That was my favorite one of all time. Kiss Destroyer.
You like that even better than Alive?
Oh, God, yeah.
Man, I think Alive's
Live's great, too. They're all good back then.
Yeah.
Until they went to that disco shit. But yeah.
Well, they pulled one good song out of it.
Sure knows something was
Dynasty,
good.
I don't know, Dynasty
X-Ray
ain't too
Eyes,
horrible.
you know, and 2000 Man, but
I heard Scotty Ian, I think it was Scotty Ian talking about Dynasty, how much he really liked that album. All the guys in Anthrax, I think they're big fans of that album.
Unmasked, they were really poppy. That album was a bust here in America, but in Australia, they loved him so much, and they were still so big, they even gave him a kiss day and gave him the key to the city.
Alright, so we're going to wrap that one up. Guess that'll be all for our top 10. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Usual speech, subscribe and like if you think this is good stuff. More people we get, the better, more shows we do, the better ideas we come up with. Just leave some feedback. Alright, this is me.
Randy.
We're out of here. Peace.